Welcome to the Chronicles of House Evel, Part 1, Episode 2. My name is Ionis Brighton. I'm an assistant orator with the Evelian Historical Society, Kazan City Chapter. Last time we explored the rise of Ragnavel, daughter of Jordan el-Vaporieri, founder and first chief of the Eveli tribe. In this episode, we will continue the Chronicles with events leading up to the rise of the Giagan Empire. Year 300. Chiefess Ragnavel dies of natural causes and is succeeded by her son, Chief Mazanel, age 20. Year 301. Aramevel, son of Ragnavel and Chief Maver of the Farkazi tribe, comes of age and is initiated as a warrior of the Eveli tribe. Year 307. The kingdom of Arkayen, which over 2 centuries conquered all territories in the land of valleys and the land of rivers, invades the land of plains and land of forests. Its forces led by subordinates of Duke Galt of Svoldor, ruler of a powerful vassal state based along the Pearl Coast and the land of rivers. Chief Mazanel dispatches Eveli and Farkazi warriors to assist Chief Nab-Batel of the Serangeli tribe in defending their tribal seat of Ramdal from an Arkayen invasion force under the command of Galt's vassal, Count Kuzak Shabar of Turia Hatan. The Serangeli settlement falls, Chief Nab-Batel is slain, and the invaders establish a foothold in the land of forests along Amanidar's channel. Year 309. The Piriklam's main army is defeated by the kingdom of Arkayen, and Chief Mazanel, aged 29, is slain in personal combat against Got, Duke of Svoldor. Mazanel does not have a legal heir, and his younger brother Aramevel becomes chief of the Eveli tribe at age 26. Chief Aramevel rallies the remaining Eveli Farkazi forces and assists the new Serangeli chief, Org the Serangeli, in carrying out a number of strikes on Staudorin Arkayen-occupied Serangeli territories. Year 310. Chief Aramevel co-leads the defense of the Serangeli settlement of Delia alongside Chief Org, helping prepare fortifications and coordinate relief efforts with the local population during the ensuing siege led by Count Kuzak Shabar. Count Shabar assaults the settlement, and the Arkayen forces, the vanguard of which consisting of key vassals, the Svaudorians and Kairasharians, unleash devastating Kiranite weapon technology. Aramevel rescues a grievously wounded Chief Org, tending to his injuries, afterward urging a strategic retreat. He helps organize the evacuation of Delian survivors, ensuring the escape of the Serangeli Eveli forces to Farkazi lands and preserving the remnants of their forces. Year 311. Duke Galt of Svoldor's western forces managed to capture all of the tribal territories and the land of plains and parts of the land of forests, the Duke himself leading an army that cuts off the Rithanor Peninsula from support out of the southwest. Count Kazak's eastern forces push into Farkazi territories, pressuring the increasingly harried defenders under Chief Aramevel and Chief Org, who is now called One Hand, northward until they are forced all the way back into the Eveli homeland. Chief Aramevel arranges for the maimed Sarandeli chieftain and his tribe's people to flee across Radawar Sound into the relative safety of Hamuti-controlled Avansai. The Sarandeli leader hesitantly agrees, his people boarding fishing vessels which bear them away from certain death or worse. After numerous defeats against the kingdom of Arkayen, Chief Aramevel surrenders under the threat of the eradication of his tribe. The Duke of Sfordor imprisons Chief Aramevel but does not destroy the remnants of his people. Instead, the Duke establishes a camp, which is later named Evelia, meaning place for the Evels, as it was to be a series of fortifications which surrounded and enclosed the home village of the Eveli tribe. Then the Duke enslaves the people and forces them to build the very walls of this prison. Year 313. Chief Aramevel is released from prison, but forced to become a slave to Duke Galt. Year 314. Some of the last resisting tribes of the Prairie Clan, located in the land of Iron far northwest of the Eveli, attacked the Duke's forces in the occupied territories. They are joined by temporary allies, the Awarov and Sirov tribes from the Nornova clan out of the land of mountains to the north across Radawar Sound. Year 316. After 2 years of fighting and a string of major defeats, the Duke of Sfordor withdraws the bulk of his forces from the Rithonor Peninsula due to a second front opening in the Land of Plains from the army of the Vislantine tribe, one of the remaining independent members of the Ning clan, out of the Land of Valleys. Chief Aramevel and his people are freed from captivity by the Sarandeli chief Org One Hand, and they take complete control of the Evelia settlement. Chief Aramevel and Chief Org regroup their own forces, sharpening the formerly enslaved Eveli people into a new spearhead of resistance. With the Eveli Sarandeli army restored, Aramevel and Org lead their forces southward in order to liberate the Farkazi. Initially successful, the Allies managed to dislodge remnants of Count Kuzak's command, pushing further into the former Sarandeli-held territories around occupied Delia. It is there that they encounter the Duke's Kairasharian vassal count in person once more. Kuzak Shapar leads an army comprised mostly of heavy infantry from the southern states of Sfordor and Kairesh. The enemy noble manages to bait Chief Org into a charge against his Kairasharian line, while striking the Sarandeli from another flank with steel-clad Valdorians. Aramevel attempts to lead some of the enemy away into the forest and succeeds in executing effective ambush maneuvers, using smoke and fire to herd Saldorian front ranks into kill zones where they are cut down by waiting Eveli and Farkazi warriors. However, despite blunting the enemy's attack, Chief Org is slain in single combat against Count Kuzak, and Chief Aramevel orders a full retreat of Eveli, Farkazi, and surviving Sarandeli into the deep wood. Though the Sarandeli leader is killed, Sil too is the Duke's vassal, for which the disruption in leadership prompts the enemy to hold position instead of pursuing. Thus, Duke Galt maintains control of the area. Year 317, a daughter is born to Chief Aramevel and his concubine Ella, named Alisa. Year 319, A son is born to Chief Aramevel and his concubine Eileen, named Ragnavel. Year 328. Chief Aramevel continues to provide military aid to the new Serendeli chieftain, Aramevel III, for a campaign of raids and guerrilla operations throughout the occupied territories. As time drags on, the Saldorian and Kyrashorian forces withdraw from contested areas to newly erected forward bases manned by fresh Arkayen capital forces, bearing the ornate bronze lamellar armor and insignia of the King of Arkayen himself. The enemy no longer advances, but digs in, fortifies, and formalizes the occupation, unfurling Arkayen banners on recently built stone sentry towers dotting former Serendeli and Farkazi holdings. Year 330. The Eveli formally join hands with the Farkazi, Serendeli, and refugees from the East Galdiri tribes in the Land of Forests, and the united tribes become known as the Rithenor clan. Aramevel, son of Kalinevel, becomes High Chief Aramevel, ruler of Evelia and the tribes of the Rithenor Peninsula. Year 336. The Kingdom of Arkayen resumes its invasion of the entire northeast region of the continent. King Eredrius declares himself emperor and ruler of all Giaga, beginning a long war of subjugation later known as the First Giagan Imperial War of Conquest. Year 337. The remnants of the Prairie clan, along with support from the rival Nonortha clan and High Chief Aramevel's Rithenor clan, resist the advances of the army of Lord Lenarius, the imperial governor of the Land of Plains, under the banners of the newly proclaimed Giagan Empire. However, despite initial cooperation, the Nonortha and Prairie clans skirmish over control of territories in the Land of Iron, and the Empire takes advantage of the dispute and overwhelms the forces of the isolated Rithenor clan. Year 338. High Chief Aramevel is defeated by an Imperial legion under the command of Imperial Governor Lenarius, and the Evelia settlement is partially razed. Year 339. High Chief Aramevel's children are kidnapped by the Empire, and the Rithenor Peninsula is captured by Arkayen forces once again. A week after the subsequent surrender of the Prairie, Nonortha, and Rithenor forces, High Chief Aramevel is executed by Lord Lenarius. The Eveli people endure a period of intense imperial occupation. To be continued. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe for more of the Chronicles of House Evel. Thank you for watching.